Suditalks, and today's episode is about the art of fighting your mind. I mean, this is actually a very serious topic that many people just look at as something that is really small. I mean, think about it. You're fought with your mind, but a lot of people just look at you and probably just be smiling and thinking that you're the light to their form of shadowness. But you ever thought that how do you break out through that? How do you fight your mind to form a form of positivity? Instead of you fighting your mind, you progressing with your mind. Think about it. So the biggest thing a lot of people be facing is that when they're fighting their mind, they they find themselves fighting a form of emotion between them and a form of frequency between their form of mind that they are having. It doesn't make themselves to progress. It finds them forming a form of how do I call it? A form of sadness between them because they feel like they're not what they want to be. I mean, that's a lot of how people are. And it's a big mental struggle that people are fighting. And it's literally amongst the people who are closest around us. You can literally be there smiling, but yet, in reality, you're fighting your mind. I mean, when you fight your mind, you literally fought literally your whole progress of your form of growth. And that's what everyone is trying to do. We be competing with a form of growth now with social media. You be scrolling your phone, you look at it, you're saying someone is doing better than you, but yet you don't realize that you're living in a prayer that you want it to be on. I mean, so when you find yourself you're in that, you find yourself now again fighting with your mind because now your frequency is forming a form of negativity coming in, and you don't be realizing what's the cause of all that. Yet you forget that you're actually fighting with your mind. Yet your mind is your biggest form of strength. We gotta stop that. So, a couple of things I be talking about and I be telling people that if you're finding yourself fighting the art of fighting your mind, you need to find yourself being creative and being literally strong with yourself, being active, being doing things, meeting people. I usually be telling everyone that literally the connection you have with a lot of people is what helps you to grow. And you can't do this life thing alone. Because if you are doing this life thing alone, it's clearly impossible. It's literally impossible. You literally need people for your growth. If you're starting a business, you need people to come to you. You need customers. Those are people. You need to talk to people. You need to be outside your comfort zone. You need to stop limiting yourself to a certain point of view of how you do your things. You need to variously jump out of a variance of small things in your mind, a variance of just being identically in one point of view. And that cause is literally just because you're fighting your mind. And the more you fight your mind, you find yourself losing one of the biggest assets in life is time. Time just now starts flowing away. Now, when time just starts flowing away, you get to realize that you fought with your mind, you lost time, you feel behind, you feel like you're the problem now. And that's a lot of things that cause that trajectory. And you find yourself that you can't do anything, but you have to accept to take a form of accountability, which is within yourself, to form yourself, to change that form of art of fighting your mind. So I think one of the few things you should really do to stop that is, as I said, is to keep yourself active. Step outside your comfort zone and limit. Stop limiting yourself to what you are in, and also change a form of frequency that you're in. What I mean by form of frequency, when you fight your mind, as I said, you're floating that negativity, and literally now the world, as I usually say, do you and don't allow the form of frequency to attract what you're having that is bad. If it's positive, attract it. The world only resonates to what you attract. If you're attracting a form of positivity within yourself and a form of frequency that you've had put in your mind, you will create a form of art, of change of system within yourself that you fold through the art of fighting your mind. And when you do that, you form a form of creativity that changes away and brings in a form of variance of frequency that is positive and leads you to stop fighting your mind and find yourself creating a form of positivity within you. And you get to realize that you use your weapon of your mind to become your biggest strength rather than it being your biggest weakness. So, yeah, do that and try to change the frequency of art of fighting your mind. Use that to form your biggest strength, not your biggest weakness. See you